Hello fam, Ken Mills here once again with World of Comedy 5 Entertainment. So to give you the idea of what Unbiased is, we always see things on social media and also in the world where we wonder what is the thought process behind these idiotic things that people do. We're going to give an honest, unbiased opinion. So with that being said, we're going to cover several different topics. These topics will start from mental health, addiction, finance, incarceration, relationships. We're going to be truly unbiased this season. So remember, tune in at 8 p.m. Check us out on Boss Up Houston Network.
Good evening, family. Ken Mills back here with Unbiased. Tonight, we have a great show here for you. Normally, we do opening remarks, but we're going to do it here a little bit differently. So tonight, we'll let you know about today's show. It will be called Rules of Engagement. Rules of engagement is a simple term. You must know what you're going to enter before you get there. I have two special guests here, and I also have a guest that's currently on set right now that we'll get to here shortly. This young lady is a phenom in entrepreneurship. She represents her own brand. She does a lot in the community. I'm going to bring you right here to you now, Doneshia Williams. Doneshia, how you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Awesome.
So, Doneshia, could you tell the people what is it that you do?
So I do entrepreneurship development. I am trying to empower really the influencers. And the reason why influencers is because I would like people to impact the community. So I want them to be equipped with what they need to build themselves, to build their business, and to get funding. But empowering them on a way not just for them to get funding and to get the money, but also to be able to have an influence. So when they talk to people, we can make change. We can do stuff.
Okay. So when you say make change, what type of progress and change are you speaking of?
Just in our communities. When we look at our communities, really, and I'm from Houston, right? And so I've been here for a while. I've seen what it's been, year over year. And we got some work to do, if I can say so myself. But change being really uniting our community and building it up, from the people that's within it versus people coming from wherever and coming in and putting in, nice houses, and then the people who built those communities now have to move and things of that nature. And so, yeah. Right,
because the way that I came across what you do, one night, and guys, if you follow me, I do lives every so often, and one night I wanted to speak into a discussion of the Houston mindset. So basically what we were talking about, there was a song by Just Brittany. She was saying, I'm so Houston. And she was saying, Missouri City, not Houston, Humble, not Houston, Tomball, not Houston. And I was like, that's kind of crazy, because when you actually look at Houston right now, all of those places have a bunch of displaced people from the areas that you're talking about supposed to be Houston. Like when you look at the 5th Ward, you look at South Park, you look at Sunnyside, look at 3rd Ward, all those people that originated from there are in those outskirt places. So basically you disrespecting the city when you say that.
Yeah.
And when I start to think about it, I said the mindset is so backward, because if being Houston is geographically sound, why is it not culturally sound? We have our own culture, and all those different cultures that we have culminate into who we are. So if those other outskirt places take on to our culture and they love us, that's only elevating us. So it's I would say it's counterproductive to say that. So when I was on the live and I started to look at what you do, you started to talk about different gentrification tactics and activities that's going on in Sunnyside.
Yeah.
So kind of speak on that a little bit.
Well, first things first, whenever you see a Starbucks come in the hood, that mean it's not really finna be a hood no more. I mean, I'm just saying. And so the thing is, you see, and what I've seen is them building up $300,000 homes next to a shack. Why are they doing that? They're doing that to build up the property taxes. The people that live there will no longer be able to afford the property taxes. And then they're going to tell them to sell their house for a little bit of nothing. And once that happens, then there we go. And so before you know it, then they come in and they start fixing up the libraries. They start fixing up the roads and making them all pretty and stuff. They did it, I want to say, downtown, and it used to be it was Chinatown at first. And they got Chinatown all excited, and Yao Ming was on the team at the time, and they came and they put up the Toyota Center. Now it's no longer Chinatown no more. And so that's where it starts subtly, but the thing is, someone has to pay attention. Someone has to say, hey, what's going on? I understand that you guys are saying that you want to build up our community, but for what reasons, And then at the end of the day, we have to have a stake in those conversations. We don't have a stake in the conversations. We too busy having other conversations. So we're not able to go to those, town meetings or those association meetings where they're saying what's going on and what's happening in the community, what is to come up. That's for two reasons. Number one, we just don't go. Some of them, they publicize them and people just don't go. And then the other thing, we don't own stuff. We don't own our own businesses. We can come in and we can give our voice, but where are the dollars coming from? So
I take into account like some of the experiences that I had when I was young. I grew up in Fifth Ward. It used to be a shoe shop right down Lounge, C&L. Everybody went there and got their boots done, their shoes done, everything, right? I don't know if it's still open. But I know for a fact that nobody from the younger generation took the craft of being a cobbler serious. Nobody wanted to take on that responsibility of their business. So then you have no more business, then you rely upon the mainstream. You rely upon Houston Shoe Center, Houston Shoe Hospital. That's not bad, but what I'm saying is we had generation after generation that was in business some type of way. Our generation thought that lifestyle wasn't for them. I think maybe the propaganda, maybe the programming of working for someone else or being an entertainer or just basically doing nothing may have trumped in our minds on being entrepreneurs or having different trades in the community. So I want to touch back on your entrepreneurship development. So basically, what types of entrepreneurs or businesses are you helping to achieve funding?
Any business. It doesn't matter. To be honest, it's a matter of doing the research. And so the information is out there, right? And that's where I differ, because I do provide the information, but I want to talk to people about just having the confidence to show up for yourself. I remember I was I did a meeting with someone at the SBA, and it was for funding. They had a whole thing where they had lenders who had been lenders for years come and do a PowerPoint, and it was really good information. When I tell you I was the only one there, it was a free program. And so my thing is not just about you being an entrepreneur. My thing also is about you having the confidence to show up for yourself. Some people don't start businesses not because that they can't start a business or that they don't have the trade or that they don't have the skill. It's the fear. Fear of what? Maybe everything. Fear of responsibility. fear of I don't know how, fear of, failure. So it's not that we can't, because again, we're in a world where the information is out there, and a lot of the information is free. But it's a matter of having the confidence to put yourself out there.
And I think most of it is an imposter syndrome.
Yep.
Guys, you can look that up on Google,
Yep.
and I'll also explain it. Imposter syndrome means that you lack the self-confidence and you have the doubt
Yep.
that when you're in rooms where
Yep.
you should be,
Yep.
you believe that you shouldn't be there,
Yeah.
that you're not worthy of it.
Yeah.
And I'm here to tell you worthy of it.
Yeah.
If you definitely have a gift, you definitely have an idea, you can bring that to fruition. Like she just said, you can go on the internet. You do the internet for everything else.
Yep.
We can look up how to do a TikTok. We can look up how to do an IG reel. We can make posts.
Yeah.
But can we learn how to make $1
Yeah.
out of nothing? And one thing I would say is that I've noticed countless times where I've seen people, they use ingenuity to go buy special shoes, Jordans. Right?
Yeah.
So, I'll give you an example. I walk through the Galleria every weekend. If you know me, you'll find me in the Galleria or you'll find me in Memorial City. I don't care, I'll tell y'all. So, if y'all my fans, you know where to catch me at. I'm on the second level. So, I go to all these shoe stores. There are no Jordans. I talk to the people. They say, yeah. They figure out when we drop the Jordan, we have a limited supply. They'll go and they'll buy up all the Jordans. Then they'll resell them for double the price. Or they'll go online and go to the sneaker app. Or they'll go to a reseller and they'll find a way to get it.
Yep.
You're finding a way to spend money.
Yeah.
Those shoes hold no value other than instant self-gratification. You see those shoes on you and you feel like you have a specific status or people will handle you a certain way, when all in all your character should be the Jordan.
Yeah.
So
that's a whole statement right there.
no, seriously, because I run across that all the time, especially in the entertainment realm. Like, I'm not gonna lie, y'all see me, I wear nice stuff, but most times people don't know what that is, right? I see a lot of youngsters, they'll go get the Jordans, and then they'll have contests or competitions talking about, I'm fresher than you, I'm flyer than you. No, you're not, because you're a facsimile. You wearing what everybody else wearing.
Yeah.
What makes you different? What makes you unique?
Yeah.
That's your character.
Yeah.
When you're in America, what makes you unique is your hue.
Yeah.
But yet you disrespect your hue. So I'll give you an example, and I'm going to shoot back to your entrepreneurship.
Mm-hmm.
This is not a black company that I have on my feet. What I have on my feet are Cole Haan's, and I'm going to tell you an example. So Cole Haan is a mainstream shoe company. People normally wear these in corporate environments or when they want to be casual, right? This shoe is made out of 100% dandelion. This shoe only cost me $140. Yeah. Ask me how much you spent for them Jordans.
Yeah.
And everybody got them on their feet, but when you see these, you'll be like, oh my God, what are they? Yeah. It's not about the price that you pay for something, it's about the uniqueness and the quality. So once you realize that, you understand that you have that quality within you.
Yeah. And I really appreciate your analogy and kind of how you said that, because that's the big part of what I do. Whenever people are talking about niching and things of that nature, being in an oversaturated market, if you sell cakes or whatever it is that you might do, right? You are your secret sauce.
Right.
Can't nobody do you the way you do you. And I feel like a part of it is when we understand that our differences is our power, is where it comes in at. I could do something and you can do something. We're going to touch two totally different people, totally different people groups, but every people group matters. Your people group matters. My people group matters. Your people group matters, right? And so the thing is just tapping into your uniqueness and who it is, not having to look the same, not having to wear the same hairstyle, not having to have the same I was finna say the same bodies.
But they're paying for them now.
They paying for them now, so not having to have the same things and know that I'm good just the way that I am.
Right.
And I have a people group that are good just the way that they are. So if I'm touching them, that's cool. It don't have to be millions and thousands. And you know, everybody is into the millions and thousands of likes. Give me 5 good ones.
Right.
Give me 5 good ones, and I'll work with that.
Because, see, it's not about quantity, it's all about quality. So, this is also what people need to understand, too. If you lack quality and you have high visibility, you run down your brand and your name. I'll give you an example. The comedian T.I. T.I. tells jokes. He just started. He did not work out in the depths of a dungeon somewhere where it's only a few people. He went mainstream. He went viral. So his quality may not be there yet, but he has the high visibility. So that also turns public opinion. So when you think about public opinion and they think about his craft in comedy, they're going to say he may not be that good. And you can liken that to anything with your business. So if you just starting out, hone it first. Learn what you have to do, because I'll give you an example. I used to sell t-shirts. When I first started selling t-shirts, I went with the cheapest one I could find, which was the Gilded. Now, I started wearing it. I watched it. I was a consumer, and I saw that when I watched it, it shrunk up on me. So I went back to the manufacturer. I said, who has a better style t-shirt? They said Next Level. I tried Next Level. That was fine. Then when they said try Canva, I went try Canva. Canva was the best one. And it wasn't that much a markup on my price count, so I can easily include that into the price, the cost price that I give to the consumer. So number one, it's a better quality, and also it's a better look. So if I was to sell it, or if I was to promote that on the site and people would buy it, they would have rave reviews versus the Gildan. Most of you guys are Gildans out there.
No comment.
You know I'm not lying.
I mean, this is the truth.
Because I mean, most people are in quickness to get money. Versus learning what they need to do.
And this is true. And then when it comes around to funding, you know, they get scared because you don't got your paperwork together.
You don't know what paperwork is.
You don't know what paperwork is.
You know business, but you don't know business.
Yes, that part. Business, but not business. And when it comes to the funding and things of that nature, I remember it was one person I was working with, and he was doing shirts too. And he, you know, was in a situation where it was time for him to move into another apartment, whatever case may be. And he was making money through his shirts, but his apartment wouldn't consider what he was making through his shirts because you don't have nothing on paper. You don't have nothing showing that you're making this income, you know? And so you can't buy a house with that. You can't do anything. Even though you're making this money, you can't do nothing. You cannot acquire anything. You cannot own anything unless you put the stuff down on paper. Other things, when it comes to trademarking your name, when it comes to you know, doing the EINs, the tax ID, assumed name, you know, things of that nature, so we can really make noise and make change. In order to make noise and make change, you got to obey the law. To obey the law, you got to fill out their paperwork. Let's start there. And after we start there, then let's grow. Let's go to the next level. So
right. So do you often run into the psychology of a person running a business as if it was a trap?
Yeah, a lot. That's yeah.
And what really angers me, I'll tell anybody. We always, the first business that we run after is the restaurant.
Yeah.
The second, we kind of fell off from that, was the detail shop. Now the big thing is the hookah lounge. Now the second thing is I'm going to make drinks at my house, or I'm going to cook at my house. But with that, sometimes we don't do that properly because we run out the ingredients. So don't you feel bad when you go to a restaurant and they have some on the menu and they say, oh no, we can't sell you that because we don't have it?
Yeah, that makes me mad.
But yeah, you go to a mainstream restaurant and they have it, or they have it crossed out on the menu saying discontinued.
And I think the other part of it too is just expanding our mindsets on what business could be for us.
Right.
And then, like you said too, going back to those trades. You know, I'm gonna say this: lawn care. I don't remember when we stopped really doing lawn care, but in Texas and Houston, it's a lot of lawns out there. So if you can corner a good lot, you can make a nice amount of money. Now it's work. Don't get me wrong, but you know, I feel like at some point we got away from doing the things that we always did, because they were, you know, go get a job, go get a degree, which is all good things. Don't get me wrong; these are all good things, right? But then now you have it to where, you know, you have this job and you have one place where you're making your income, versus having multiple places where you can, you know, make your income. So now if something happens at work, you know, and there's layoffs or whatever the case may be, your income is totally shot. You don't have, you know, another person that, you know, another client that you can go to or whatever the case may be. And I feel like maybe us just reconsidering, because like you said, everyone wants to open a restaurant. Everyone wants to, it's almost like a status quo thing.
Right.
You know, what's wrong with service?
Right.
Service is needed. Hey, it's this dude that I talked to downtown, and he was buffing the floors. Do you know he told me he had a contract with all of the floors downtown? Buffing floors. It's a lot of floors downtown.
Yeah.
That's a nice contract.
Yeah, and with people going back into the office now,
yeah,
that's a grip.
That's a grip.
So I want to shout out one of my good friends, Mike Romanique. He owns Greenium Lawn Care on the south side. I know he services Pearland and everything. Y'all look him up.
Yes.
Exquisite work on lawn care, because I know you just said something about people not doing lawn care, landscaping services.
Yeah.
That guy definitely got a bona fide one. Shout out to my boy. But you're right. It is a status quo.
Yeah.
Because I think as a group, our community, I wouldn't say the majority, but a greater part are followers.
Yeah.
If you see one person doing it, you say, let me try doing it. And then you don't take the time to understand the science behind why they're doing it. But those people, they weed themselves out because their passion will wane, and they'll jump on to the next thing or the next trend that comes along.
Yeah.
But for the greater part, if someone wanted to come to you and they wanted to get your advice or your consultation, what would be your pricing? I know you can't talk about that, but give us a range.
Yeah, so go on templeceo.com and make an appointment. We have things starting from I have a list of services there. One there is, hey, I don't know, I just want to start a business. I don't know what I want to start, right? And so you can start there. I also have packages as well. So again, Temples CEO, TEMPLESCEO.com, and make an appointment, and we'll be there.
I'm not done talking to you, man.
Oh,
but yes,
sorry.
Please do give them your contact and a way that they could get an understanding of your consultation.
Yeah.
Now, I want to get into what led you into this path. What was the passion that drew you into this lane to help?
My own journey. My confidence. I didn't have none. All of the things that I've been thinking silently for a very long time. I went to corporate America and sat at these meetings and felt very small. with business owners and stakeholders and things of that nature. But when I hear people start to talk, they're people just like us. Everyone is people just like us. It's people that make stuff, and at the end of the day, it's people that have dominion. Nothing happens in the world. When I start looking, nothing happens in the world without a person saying so. Ain't no roads built, ain't no parks refined, nothing happens without a person. And so what is the difference? Confidence. The difference is someone knowing that they can and someone feeling like they can't, and so I wanted to walk myself out of it, and then I wanted to help others walk out of that. And so with Temples, is as far as a consultation, I do have a book out. It's the Business Plan Planner, so it walks you through writing out your business plan. But a part of the consultation is walking out, the business plan part of it and what is it that you want to do. But it's also walking through some of the emotions that you feel. Are you ready to get before a lender and present yourself? If he says something that makes you irritated, how will you react? Those type of things. And so, in short, to answer you, I had to walk out my own journey. And so that's what made me want to help others.
Because if I could give a little bit about my journey.
Mm-hmm.
So the reason why I did this is because, number one, there's no use of having wisdom without sharing it.
Yeah.
So I can't hold this out of myself. That would be selfish.
Yeah.
And what better way to do it with the people that I love, which is y'all.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, as I do it, how can I continue this to keep going? What would be the benefit? Yeah, I put a lot into it, but what am I getting back from it? Because with anything, it has to be reciprocal.
Yeah.
So if you're doing it, yeah, you can be selfless, but at some point, you got to be a little bit selfish.
Yeah.
But as far as entertainment is concerned, I did it because I didn't trust anybody. I didn't trust anybody to feel the same way I did about my voice and my message. I couldn't rely on anybody to do anything for me.
Yeah.
So that's why I took it in my own hands. And I know everybody out there can do the same. Now, I'm not objecting to having no job. A job is great.
Yeah.
But a career is better.
Yeah.
A passion is better. So think about it. Think about the difference between the two. And also think about this. Can your job be automated?
Yeah. That part.
Can your job be automated? Because look, over the last 20 years, there's been a lot of automation.
Yeah.
Okay, at first you had to get up and put a CD in and play it if you want to hear some music. Now, I could just say, "Hey Siri,"
yeah.
and watch what happens. She's going to start talking.
Mm-hmm.
So, think about the next 20 years. If you're doing something that could possibly be automated, if you're doing call center, they got VRUs now where you can dial into it and you don't need a person.
Yeah.
That's another way for you to get lost.
Yeah.
Think about your skills.
Yeah.
Like, what skill are you doing that could possibly be taken out by enhancement or an upgrade of a tool? Think long term. Because they talk about, I think it was on Billy, DMX said, "Shorty can't eat no books." But what you get out of the book can definitely get you something to eat.
Yeah, this is true. Yeah, this is true.
So I'll leave you with this one last question.
Mm-hmm.
How big has loyalty been as a part of your success?
Well, for me, loyalty is everything, to be honest. And not just even that, but knowing that, and like I said, my target market is influencers, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the reason being is because I would like to work with people that understand that we have a responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
We have a responsibility to ourselves. We have a responsibility to our community, right? And so in that, I would like to work with people that really want to express that responsibility, that we have, not just to ourselves, but to the people that's coming after us, right? Because like you said, in 20 years, what is it going to look like? What is it?
And what it's going to look like, and I'll tell you this, for the kids,
Yeah.
I do a lot of mentoring.
Yeah.
So when you start to look at STEM,
Yeah.
it's going to be a lot of science, technology, and math level things. You got to look at computers.
Yeah.
While children minds are very impressionable, teach them, get them into looking at Google, find them different courses on coding.
Yeah.
To explain what coding is.
Yeah.
Every electronic device has a level of programming.
Yeah.
You have to write code in order to program a device.
Yeah.
They're in high demand. If you look up software developer, you look up anything like software engineer, look that up on your Google and look at Glassdoor and you look at the entry level payoff.
Yeah.
They starting these people at $100,000 or higher.
Yep.
Then from there, they can take that, they can make their own business. What do you think Facebook and Instagram is run off of? Strictly code.
Yeah.
So you get you a person that's a bona fide program, they can create an app out of thin air. They can modify that app to a certain point, and if they build it to where it has scalability and has definite use for a certain demographic, that generates income.
Yeah.
So start thinking in the future, y'all.
Yeah. Yeah. And leaving our kids with a legacy of ownership. Letting them know that they can have anything that they want to have too.
Right.
That they have dominion as well.
Right.
But it starts with us. It starts with us being the example, because we are, we had examples, right? And our examples were amazing. Don't get me wrong, our examples were amazing. But knowing that we learned from our example, but also we're continuing to churn as the time churns.
Right.
That's a big thing. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna stop there.
Yeah. I had some great examples, and and I'll leave with this. One of the great examples that I had, he was a mortician. He's still living.
Yeah.
Mr. R.L. Mitchell, Sr. in 5th Ward, Fraser Mitchell Funeral Home. And I would see him in the neighborhood. He always have a fresh suit on. He always have some jewelry on. And he always had alligator boots. And he always had a fresh Cadillac.
Mm-hmm.
But he was embalming them bodies.
Yeah.
And he was working. You always see him working. It don't matter if it's 3 in the morning, whenever. You always see him on the move working.
Yeah.
So shout out to Mr. Mitchell. I know everybody in the hood, they like, yeah, every time they see Mr. Mitchell, we know he gonna be clean. So that was one of my examples, because I was like, when I grow up,
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm messing with dead body, but whatever I do, I have me some.
I know that's right. And for me, I think one of my examples was my grandfather, and he told me a story,
Yeah.
and he was like, a guy was like, if I could do it a second time, I would do it perfectly. I would do it right. But I only have one lifetime. And he was like, no, that's where you're wrong. You actually have 2, because you have mine. And so if I can give you what I know, and if you can learn from me and continue to move forward, you can learn from my mistakes, right? Because the game don't change. It just move on social media now. It's the same thing. It's on social media. In 20 years, it might be in a metaverse. You know what I'm saying? And so making sure that, we're passing down the wisdom, like you said.
And I'm scared of what it's going to turn into, because people got more brazen on their social media. Imagine what they're going to be doing next.
Yeah.
Metaverse is a place, virtual reality.
Yeah.
They already said, and this off top, but they already said a woman said she got raped in the metaverse.
What?
How does that work?
Yeah, I don't know how that works.
That's not
but
physical.
They got a bank in the metaverse. You can walk into the bank and do a bank transaction. JP Morgan, you already knew JP Morgan was going to be the first one in there.
All right.
All right.
So, Doneshia.
Yes.
Once again, tell the people how they can get in contact with you, and also if you can get a mission statement of templeceo.com.
Okay.
Please do so.
So the templeceo.com is how you can get in contact with us. And the mission statement is empowering influencers so we can impact our community. And so that's what we're trying to do.
All right. It's been an honor and a privilege to sit down and speak with you finally.
Yes.
Hopefully this won't be the last time.
No, yeah, we have to do it again.
All right.
Alrighty.
All right.
All right.
Now, everybody, we're going to go to a quick commercial break, but when we return, we'll have our final illustrious guest. You're now here with Ken Mills on Unbiased on Boss Up Houston Network.
Doing it yourself doesn't have to mean all by yourself. With the Home Depot as your partner, doing's never been easier. You can pick up skills in a virtual workshop. Pick up what you need fast or have it delivered same day. And if you have more projects than you have time to do them, we can even help with that. This is doing like never before. This is the Home Depot, how doers get more done.
AT&T Fiber delivers a faster internet experience than cable. Ask me how to get 300 megabits per second for only $35 a month, plus taxes and fees, with no annual contract, no bundles required, and unlimited internet data included. Call Boss Up Houston Network at 832-895-5095. Again, that is Boss Up Houston Network at 832-895-5095. Limited availability may not be available in your area. Speed claims based on device upload and download capacity of internet 300, internet 500, and internet 1000 versus Xfinity, Spectrum, and Cox 400 meg, 500 meg, 600 meg, 1 gig, and 1.2 gig cable services with uploads of 10, 20, and 35 megabits per second. Download max speed is 920 megabits per second for internet 1000. Speed vary, not guaranteed.
Wanna be a boss? You're watching Boss Up Houston Network. It's Boss Up Houston, where we look up, stay up, and boss up.
All right, and we're back. Now, the gentleman to my right, he's no stranger to y'all. He my godfather. Y'all know him as Johnny Binder, but spiritually Dr. David Jeremiah. But today, we're here for something a little bit totally different. Like I said, it's rules of engagement. We talked about entrepreneurship the first half. Now we're going to talk about entrepreneurship and business practices. So we got this gentleman here. Doc, please let us know what's going on with your current business pursuit that you got going.
I've been blessed. How y'all doing? May God bless you. I'm here with my godson. You got a wonderful show. I've been blessed to work with a lot of women, a lot of men. And I've never been dishonored or disrespected. Not one of them. I've been successful with women for 30, 40 years.
Right.
I'm the only black man in the state of the United States, all white, that had 5 millionaires I don't work with. And 3 of them I helped made them millionaires. From Milwaukee, 2 of them, one from Beaumont, my ex-wife, Bunny Jean Bassett. She was wealthy. Miss Jackie Patterson. I have some powerful women. Jeanette Huff helped me when I came home, and because I had helped her. Then Kathy Griffin, I saved her life. Now she's a major woman. I've been very successful with women, and it's just a management respect where they get their money, I get mine. And no pimping. A pimping is a punk. So we can throw that away.
Yeah, yeah.
And I deal with males. I done made money with men. I got some great men in my life now. I won't call their name on this set, but 2 of them white, and 2 of them black. That's a good takeoff. But I do real estate and I do Airbnb, and I helped a woman, and she was out of Detroit. She didn't have a car. I tried to look out for her. I honor and respect her and her children, and she put her name on the deed after I gave her ex-husband $60,000. And I'm talking to you women, when you get a good man, you get a good partner, you get a good friend, don't mess over him, because too many dudes that won't invest nothing in you. I know women been with dudes and working with dudes 10, 15 years. They don't own a car, home, and nothing. So I don't know what that is. To me, that's an insult to injury. Because why are you working with a dude, or why are you dating a dude, or why are you around a dude and you ain't got nothing? You need a psychosocial assessment. You need a dianetic. There's something wrong with you. You have the puppeteer and the puppet, and the puppeteer controls the puppet. So it's something wrong.
So, Doc, I'm going to ask you this. So have you ever seen where a woman had somebody that was putting on game, and then she left that to go with somebody that ain't had nothing?
Yeah, they get in their emotions. They on an emotional roller coaster. Because relationship, most of them turn into a battleship. Ain't but 11% of the marriages in America work after 5 years. Because they're not devotional.
Right.
They for the money. So they divorce. And they have no personal relationship with God. So a lot of women, it's not their fault. They ain't had no fathers. Okay? So they've been passed on, and they're emotional. They bring that baggage with them. So when they meet you, they try to love you, but they can't love you completely because they still got this, I almost grabbed that pillow off the set. They still got this baggage. I gotta do it. They still got this baggage. Yeah, I gotta do it. They still got this baggage on their back. So they can't love you.
Right. Because
they were, can I love you? No, she can't, because she got so much baggage from other 3, 4 boyfriends or marriage she done had. She can't love you.
Right.
Because she's emotional.
Right.
And most women that do this, they have a conditional love. They don't have an unconditional love.
Right.
It's conditioning.
Right.
You got to do this. And then there's too many people want to turn it up for the devil. But they don't want to turn it up for God. They want to back it up. They want to twerk. They want to show their breasts for a like. But they don't never worry about the like from God, but they worry about the like of the devil world, because BET and Cardi B and Stallion and all these young girls done confused them to what a real woman is. That's not a real woman. You've been misplaced yourself. That's not who you are. That's what America made you, but that's not who you are.
So let's talk about this woman here. So now, to my audience, we did a 3-part series in front of Harris County Courthouse in regard to this case. I'm going to say a couple of things before we go to it.
Yeah, because I finally got the paperwork where we done filed perjury on her Friday.
Right.
She's been filed on now.
We're going to get to that. Now, Dr. Jeremiah will give us the proof that this is dubious, and also when he tried to do the right thing and go to the courts to get justice, he still couldn't get justice, and we're going to get into that. But kind of outlay the case for the audience.
Yeah, thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't put my business in the street.
All right.
I have a lawyer named Tom Burton. He stood up and spoke to the judge, Ursula Hall, in 165 court. He had asked me a question 4 or 5 months ago. I really can answer it now, and I will. I can't believe this is happening. Her ex-husband just won his case 2 weeks ago on Wednesday. She tried to lock her ex-husband up, Mr. Brown, that took care of her for 30 years, and he was in the Army. And then she tried to lie and say he choked her and have a scratch on her. So boom. So now I asked Miss Gloria, I said, you know what? You done robbed me. I'm gonna give you $20,000 and walk away. I told her that about 6 months ago. Just walk away. You already done robbed me for $100,000. You helped me $160,000 up. She got on the witness stand before I show you this, and she committed perjury. So you hope to tell the truth, nothing but the truth, so help us God. Judge Ursula Hall swore both of us in at the same time. So I went and paid some money to get the transcript. I'm going to the DA office tomorrow. My lawyer already done filed it to the judge. I'm not waiting, because they're going to move on this expeditiously. Because this lady done tortured and interferes me. I have a mother I'm taking care of that I can't take care of, and my sister Yolanda doing most of the job right now. And I have 16 grandchildren. And I lost over $500,000 because I ain't able to move my money because I tied it up in her house. She put her name on the deed illegally when a lawyer told her to do it. I was on the phone when she told her. So she put her name on the deed and held the house up. So what we did, when she took the witness stand, the judge asked her a question. She said, Ms. Brown, have you ever paid any notes on the house? She said, yes. How many? She said, 8 plus. She said, how do you do that? She said, Mr. Binder put my name on there, him and Jackie. Well, the notes been paid, come out of J&J interest. Her name has never been on there in her life. Then she say, I never gave her no money. So I got both the proofs here, and the judge has it now, Judge Ursula Hall in 165th. She has it. I don't know what she's waiting on. She's been having it since Friday evening.
So I didn't mean to cut you off.
Come on.
Now, just to give everybody an outlay of this, Dr. Jeremiah went into business with the person.
Ms. Gloria Brown.
What he's speaking on.
Yes.
Now, what he has done over time, he has given up to, correct me on the number, initially $60,000, another $60,000, but altogether
$160.
You're looking at $160.
With my interest now, I'm at $300,000.
Right. And allegedly, what she's done is did certain tactics to get him away from the property that he's invested in. And now she's taking control of that property and reaping the benefit.
Every weekend.
Right. And he has raised the case to the county courts in order to get justice on this, in order to, number one, get her to relinquish that property. Number two, also get the funds back since what, 2020, that this has been going on?
Yeah, it's been going on since I gave her the last $28,500 on 7/22/2020. She signed the affidavit, which she says her signature in court. I have it in my hand. With notarized on 1960 at the post office on. So there's nothing, no one can say that this is not legitimate. Okay. And she said that I gave her the rest of her money. Then she said right here, I can sell the house after 60 days if she don't give my money back. I gave her 6 months. So when I tried to sell the house, she told Paula Miller to take the house off the market. I have that also. And then she lied to the judge and told the judge I didn't give her no money. And the judge knows she lied because she had a cashier checks up there. But now I'm going to put them in the public where the public can see it, because something going on with this case. And the lawyer, what's his name? I'm trying to call his name. I'm going to call his name in a minute. This young man knows for Patrick Oguma from Africa. I done did 2 cases with him. Me and him was very successful working on cases together. I ain't never did him and looked out for him. I thought he was a decent guy. Then Pastor Harris told me that he had did him and made him lose the church. I thought my brother was a nice guy. He knows she lied. I done told him several times, won't you go to the judge in the chamber and let him know your client lied. You know she's lying, and you the officer of the court, and you won't do nothing. But Patrick, God gonna get you, brother, and you'll be dealt with in the courtroom in a respectful manner. So I don't know what's going on with him, but he ain't saying a word. I know what's going on. I know what they're doing. And she done made over $100,000 on this property. It was my property. I gave her 50%. So she won't even give me that 50%. She keeps all the money. So I'm suffering from my investment. I fixed the swimming pool, the whole house. So, and bought the furniture, and I'm still paying on the furniture right now, today. I pay notes on rooms to go. But let me just show you. It's a motion to refer case to district attorney for perjury. So, in Exhibit B, straight to the point, a description of the records here that disprove her testimony. Capital One, Brown received $11,000. Brown received $28,500 plus $1,500. She said, I never gave her no money. Okay. I don't know if you can see, but let me give you a better one than that one. I think you can see that there. You can show it to the people. That's $23,500 in Gloria Brown from Johnny Biden. This is what she signed and said that's the last money for $60,000, and she notarized here. She took this last money because she know I gave her $60,000. I gave her $10 for it. I gave her $20 on her cash app. Then I gave her the last $30. And she told the judge I didn't give her no money. Go to cashier check.
So I want to ask.
That you do see that's a cashier check from the bank.
Yeah, from Capital One. Mm-hmm. Now, one thing I would want to ask you, Doc.
Please ask me.
Now, with all of this evidence that you have, it seems that
it's gonna get a little ugly. That's her hand.
Okay.
$60,000.
Okay. Let me ask you this question. Let me ask you this question because we're gonna get down to it. Mm-hmm. With all of this evidence that you have, it should be a clear-cut case. You've been working on this since November last year.
November 12th of my birthday last year.
All right. Now, do you feel that there may be some level of judicial bias that may be going on?
I think it speaks for itself. Because I don't know Judge Ursula Hall at all. I know her father, Anthony Hall. I tried to call him and try to ask his daughter to do the right thing. Mm-hmm. So I gave her the benefit of the doubt. I said, maybe she just really don't know. Because the girl cried on the witness stand, bawled all up, and like she was broke, lied to her. But I know Judge Ursula Hall knows now the truth that the girl lied, because if you look right here, sir, here goes $60,000 I gave her. That's her hand. That's her hand. I did that on purpose. I took a picture with it in her hand. That's her hand. So she know if I gave her husband $60,000, I was buying the house, and she signed the contract here. So I'm not gonna keep playing with people, robbing me. Here go her hand with the check on it, the $60,000 to her husband, and then she tell the judge that she did. That's the only truth she did tell. She did tell the judge he gave my ex-husband $6,000. That's the only truth she told. Everything else she lied.
So I'm gonna ask you this question.
Yes, $60,000.
I'm gonna ask you this question, Doc. Yeah. You know we family, so I'm gonna ask you this question.
Please.
Now, I ain't trying to be funny.
Don't be.
I ain't trying to be funny, but look here. If y'all can look at this picture, something wrong with this hand. Why you gonna give a woman that type of money with that hand looking like that, man? She got a sore on her hand, and the fingernails ain't done. Mm-hmm. You ain't think she was gonna griff you?
No, I trusted her, and I invested money in the home. I didn't invest in her. I just gave her.
No, but I'm just saying.
I gave you.
Okay.
Yeah, I see that.
All right. So if I'm giving a certain level of money, and a person ain't up to par with what they looking like, I ain't gonna do it.
Right.
Because I already feel like they're gonna steal from me.
You see right there?
Yeah.
Johnny Biden took $60,000 out, withdrew out the bank.
Yeah, I
on
see.
8-5, you said $6,000?
Yeah.
That's my account.
Yeah.
She can't take no $6,000 out of the account. It's my account. You see you do see it, right?
Yeah, I see it.
Okay, and ladies and gentlemen, this is the injustice we have in Houston with judges and lawyers, and I've showed this, and I know she's seen it, and I'm not backing down. I'm gonna put this on national TV. All she doing is giving us a receiver. She's not even making a judgment. The receiver look at all this and then give you your money, whoever it belongs to. She's not even making a judgment. She's just giving us a receiver and get out the way.
Right.
So why would you, Judge Ursula, as sworn in as a judge to give justice and won't give me justice? What have I done to you? You gonna allow her to rob me? Every week she rent the house out for $800 on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I'm sitting up here, and I'm the one bought the house. I'm the one that paid the house. And we owe $265,000 on the house. Mr. Brown's name is on the note. I pay the notes. I stopped paying them. Now here goes $28,500 right here. I want you to see first. I withdrew that. You see it? $28,510. Again. So I don't have to lie about anything. These are real live cashier check. Here what it come out the bank. All the money came out my bank. And we paid all the notes. So, and here, the last thing I want to show you is right here, where she signed and said this is her signature, and she put right here, binder, giving Glory the last 30,000 of the 60,000 equity money that he's paying Glory Brown, become partner in Airbnb, and in 60 days assume her debt and pay him $150,000. Can you see that? Mm-hmm. And the sum amount David Jeremiah, Johnny Binder, into the home, or not, he can sell the home. The home will be sold. Can you see that? Mm-hmm. And then she signed it. Mm-hmm. I gave her 6 months. She took the house off. Mm. And the lawyer, Miss Miller, told her to put her name on the deed to tie the house up. I can go put my name on the deed right now. I'm not going to do that. So this is the illegal stuff going on in Houston. And I'm an activist, the biggest activist. Mm-hmm. Okay? Me and my lawyer, Ronald Ray, beat 2 capital murder cases. Mm-hmm. We got a life sentence off a brother in 7 days. I got the Johnny Binder law where I got a full pardon. Then they locked me up talking about I said I was a lawyer. Beat that. Mm-hmm. I'm with God. Mm-hmm. And anybody come against me, I don't care what legislator you know, what pastor you know, what are you doing? I don't know what y'all doing, I really do. You're not going to win. You're not dealing with some punk or some coward. You disrespecting me. You taking my money. You robbing me. And glory, God gonna get you. That's why some of your family members dying now. Your uncle died. Your daddy died. You don't know you're bringing a curse on yourself, young lady. You doing the wrong thing. I've not done nothing to you but looked out for you. You was walking. I bought you a Jeep with 17,000 miles on it. And you're gonna rob me? But it's all right. I know who you are now. You're a Jezebel. But this perjury case, 6 times you lied in court, that you took 8 notes out of my account. How you took 8 notes, and I end with this. How you took 8 notes out, and you're not even on the account. I'm going to end this. Mm-hmm. And then you can ask me any question you want, because I need to be talking about stop the killing. What I need to be talking about. But I ain't feeling anybody kill me while I'm talking about it.
Yeah, but we not ready to that.
Now, here it is. Now, I know you can see. My name was thrown in 213-320, down by the Jackie Palace. Okay? Mm-hmm. Watch this. The account was opened up in 8/12/2005, Jackie. Mm-hmm. The bank signed it that Miss Brown has never been on this account, ever. You see the names in signature? Right. Ain't but 2 signatures. She's never been on the account. So how did she take 8 notes out, Judge? You asked her how many she had paid. She told you 8+. She ain't played a damn thing. Here it is in black and white. Here it is in black and white. Can you see? She ain't never been on the account. How did she get 8 notes out of it? How did she tell Paula to go get it? But she laying up on 3010 Citywood right now, and she making money, and you allowing it, so you're a part of this. It's called conspiracy. You allowing her to rob me. You allowing her to rob me. I done put $160,000 in that house. My money been there 2 years. So that's $140,000 for equity, just at 4.5%. Come on, man.
Read the number.
I'm asking a question here. Look, man, I done took care of too many people. I done helped thousands of people. People calling. If you had a call-in number right now, they'll call in and say how many people, how many children I done saved, what I did for Katrina. Brother, I'm a real life activist. Brother, I ain't robbed nobody in Houston. I'm not going to be robbed neither. All I'm asking, here go this, and she signed it. That I gave her the last money. And here go the last money right here. Judge Urson Hall. She lied to you. And Patrick, the lawyer, sit up there and let her lie to you. They've been making money out the house. The paperwork coming out. I'm going to sue her and Patrick. And I'm going to send her to prison for perjury. I'm not going to let her get away. And Judge, all I'm asking you to do is give us a receiver. Do what's right. I've been robbed. You see you had this in your courtroom. Here go a hand right here. It's not hard to see a hand. It's right there. Why would I give a husband $60,000 if I'm not buying the house?
So this one last question I want to ask you about this whole thing here. Now, you say the judge is moving slowly on giving you the receiver.
5 months.
In order to move forward.
5 months. All she got to do is give us a receiver.
Is there anything that your litigation can do, or any power or any motion that they could put in in order to get that judge recused and get you a brand new judge so you can move forward?
That's what we're doing right now. We finna file something because I talked to Harold Dutton. Harold Dutton said she had not ruled on his case in 3 years. And another company said she had not ruled on her case for a year. And she's in the Supreme Texas Court now for not ruling on the case. I don't know what's wrong with her. I don't know nothing about this young lady, but I do know this. There's something wrong with my case. And I know Patrick is a junior pastor, Pastor Cofield. Pastor Cofield is the pastor of him, okay? And her Pastor Cofield picture was on her Facebook, okay? And all of a sudden it went away. I got all this. So I don't know what's going on. I have no idea.
So
I don't have.
So I mean, is there inference or is there any
conflict of interest?
Any dotted line back to the church?
I know this. Patrick is no good. If he was a good lawyer, he would go in the back and tell the judge, I know my client was finna. Because the judge jammed and said, have you paid some notes on the house? Oh yes, my name is on the account. Her name is not on the account, Judge. So you allow somebody just to lie to you like it's nothing? I don't give a hell if it was me. Put me in jail. She lied 6 times to the judge. First she lied and said that she paid 8 notes plus. Then she said she sent Paula to pay the note. Then she lied and said another judge appointed lawyer to pay the note. That's the third lie. Then she said I ain't give her 1,000. Then she said I ain't give her nothing. That's 5 lies right there. Okay? And the 6th lie and the worst lie, she said that I owe her. That's 6 lies, Judge. How in the hell I owe her? She taking all the money from the Airbnb. Here goes the signature. It's perjury. So what Judge Ursula Hall need to do, once I know she already seen it, she supposed to say, oh my God, this young man done been messed over. They lied to me. I thought she was a good lady. No, she's not. So what's going on? I mean, what's going on? Brother Patrick is no good. He should go in the chamber where the judge at and tell her. He should go to Pastor Cofield and tell Pastor Cofield, hey man, I throw my hands up. This girl ain't no good, man. We need to end this case. Mr. Biden's been robbed. This robbery. We all committing robbery. This conspiracy with 2 or more. I've been robbed. I don't know what y'all think, because I'm not scared of none of them. I don't know what they're thinking, but I know what's going to happen, because I'm going to put this on channel 13, 2. I'm going all the way to Washington, D.C. I'm going on Breakfast Club. I'm going on TMC. I'm going wherever, but I'm taking you wherever I go. I'm not going to let this go because there's something wrong in our judicial system. Look at this, brother. Watch this here. You finna faint. Clarence Thomas, Supreme Court. His wife took $200,000 from somebody from Donald Trump, wherever it's from. And she was at the rally with Donald Trump talking about taking the thing back from Biden. So people took the picture of her. She was trying to hide, and they took the picture of her. And Clarence Thomas ruled against him, opening the case up against Donald Trump, the only Supreme Court justice. Stevie Wonder, Ray Charles in the graveyard know that Donald Trump was wrong. He just told him, go back, we might have to shed blood, we might have to fight. They was in a rally just a half a mile down the street, and she was there. They just found out that she was a part of it, that she was trying to help Donald Trump stop Joe Biden from being the president. That's why they was their last move on the 6th, while they were doing the rest of the count. They was trying to go in one of them offices and fan the paper. Judge, Supreme Court, Clarence Thomas' wife, was a part with Donald Trump. It's on MSNBC. It's on CNN right now. I seen it. I'm like, oh my God. So if a judge of that high standard of Supreme Court would do something like that, what is going on with our justice system? What's going on? There's something wrong, brother. There's no way Judge Ursula Hall cannot. All she's doing is giving us a receiver. She's not even ruling on the case. Just giving the receiver look to see who done put the money. He give the money to Gloria if she's right. Gloria ain't got a dime in the house. It's all me. And the first thing I told you, Judge Ursula, when I first met you, this is what I told her through Zoom. And the reason why I didn't show you this evidence, my phone went out. Okay, and I couldn't get to it. I said, Judge Ursula, I say the only person here got something to lose is me. I'm the only one put up $160,000. I gave 60 to the husband, 60 to her. I paid the notes. I redid the house. I said, so ma'am, I'm the only one here in loss, and she get money every week from the house. And she lied to the judge, said, well, I ain't back up now, and my ex-husband, Johnny, is working against me. Me and that man ain't never worked against her. We both helped her. She worked against us. So all I'm asking Judge Ursula Hall and 165 is to give us a receiver. I'm asking that because this case gonna blow up, man. And don't take your judgmentship and put it on the line for something this petty. We need you to do justice and give justice. You're a black woman. You're a black queen. How could you mess over me? I'm a king. Why would you allow them to rob me? You see the evidence. You see the checks. You see a handprint. You see it? Why would you let her rob me?
Now, Doc.
I don't understand it. Something wrong, brother.
Now, Doc, this what we gonna do.
Something wrong, man.
This what we gonna do.
I can't take it.
You got all your evidence, right?
It's already in the courtroom. We filed it on Friday.
All right. Now we got this. Now this is what I want y'all to do, audience. We're going to do a hashtag for Dr. Jeremiah. It's going to be called hashtag Pay Jeremiah.
Man.
Hashtag Pay Jeremiah. If y'all watching this and y'all want to help Dr. Jeremiah get from this situation here in the tribulation, hashtag Pay Jeremiah. Want me to tell you how I know that's effective? I had hashtag free meals and I'm free now.
Lord have mercy.
So my people, they watch it. We got influence. We are the people. So with that being said, look, we understand what you're going through. We understand the hurt that you have, because anytime that you go out your way to help somebody, you accept something to be reciprocated, either be respect or whatever the rules of engagement were. And in this case, it was the pay that was supposed to come back to you.
Yes, sir.
Right? So that's what we're going to do. Now, I'm going to close out the entire show here.
Before you close out, I want to say something.
Say something.
I want to talk to all women, but especially the black women. I'm going to say this one more time. When you get a black man or a black partner or a black friend, like this brother, we both been messed up.
Amen.
And somebody invest in you and help you. You walking and they buy you a Jeep, save your house where you won't be homeless, let you live there free. Then give you 50% of the earnings from the house. That I bought the furniture, I fixed the pool. When you find a partner like me, there's a few out there, honor him and respect him. You ain't got to be with him, just honor and respect him. We can't do this. What you say, hashtag what?
Hashtag Pay Jeremiah.
So this is crucial that in an open courtroom, since November the 12th, around 3:30, 4 o'clock, Tom Burton asked her one question: Did you sign this general agreement? She says, yes, that's my signature. And then here in the bank, 11,000, 10,000, 60,000, 28,500, 60,000. It all is in evidence. And the judge has it now. And I'm asking the judge, and I'm asking black women. We just had a Supreme Court judge today, Ms. Jackson. We got a vice president. It's time to lift a woman up. We want to lift a woman up. We don't want to bring the woman down. But if we got a Jezebel, she has to be removed. We don't need Jezebels, and we don't need Negroes that disrespecting women, because we have that too. So what we saying, all the bad dudes, we want to move them. All the bad women, we want to move them, because we want good men, good women, good partnership, so we can be successful. where we can entertain one another and be successful and take care of wife, our women, and our children, where we can own something and leave a legacy instead of a letdown. So every powerful woman needs a powerful man. Every powerful man needs a powerful woman. And every partner needs a partner they can trust. So however this goes, you need a powerful man that you can work with. You do too, me do too. So we need to love and respect each other. And what's going on in this courtroom, I'm asking you one more time, Judge Ursula Hall. I'm pleading with you in honor and respect on national TV. Because that's where it's going. Give us a receiver. You have enough evidence. I've been robbed. And I know you're not going to participate in the robbery when you didn't get nothing out of it. Don't allow them to convince you, influence you anymore. They lied to you. Patrick lied to you. Miss Brown lied to you. I don't know what Pastor Cofield said, but I'm telling you, this is all a lie. All of this a lie. I thought Pastor Cofield was a friend of mine. I love him. He out of New York. He know what's going on. I went to his church looking for him. I called him on his phone. All I was going to ask him to go tell Patrick to do what's right. So this is not good. And to rob a man that's an activist, a man to speak for women, a man to speak for children, that's what I do. And to rob, I got a children foundation for 21 years. Save the children's life. WBD, wonderful, beautiful, dedicated. I don't usually tell nobody because I keep other people out front and I stay in the back. Mm-hmm. But again, I was number one in Katrina. So all I can say to our judge, Your Honor, please do what's right. They lied to you 6 times under oath.
All right. Now, we're going to close this off. We want to thank Doc for coming. He always a welcome and honored guest on the show and a part of our family. We salute him. The entire show was about rules of engagement.
That's deep.
So we talked today with Doneshia Williams and also with Doc here about the rules of engagement. So this is what I want to explain to y'all. Many of us have ideas. We got big dreams. We just want to run out and go do it, but we don't understand the rules of engagement. That's how you crash. Also, you need book sense and you need common sense. Some of us lack in either one of them spectrums. We lack book sense, where what's in the book or what's the law, we lack that, or we lack common sense, meaning the red light is red. Don't run the light, but yet we still do it anyway. I just want to impress upon you, before you set out in anything in partnership, anything in entrepreneurship, anything in marriage, know the rules of engagement. Know number one, you come first. You the most important thing. No matter what your heart desire is, if your heart desire is to help people, if your heart desire is to put something out there for legacy, always think about you first. Think about the conditions you're going to put yourself into by doing it. If the risk is more than the reward, don't do it. Secondly, always think about it like this. It could always go wrong, so what's your backup plan? See, when I think about Doc's case and what he's showing me, he had a backup plan because he had the paperwork. He got everything drawn up here. He just ran into a cog in the system, which is called corruption. This is nothing new. Corruption has been here for umpteen years, ever since Eve had Adam eat the apple. Corruption has been in the world. But it's the way that we navigate through it. God can beat all corruption. I know that for a fact. I've had probably one of the best months of my life this last month because God beat the corruption. I ain't gonna speak on it, but people that know me know. What I want y'all to do, like I said before, hashtag pay Jeremiah. If you want to see a good doctor, get what's coming to him. Pay Jeremiah. Also share, like, subscribe. Hell, even drop me some in the inbox if y'all want to know a little bit more about the case, because y'all can follow World of Comedy 5 on IG, and I have the links and the clips from way back when we did that at the courthouse steps.
I'm gonna give you a copy of all this. That way, whenever they ask you, you have the proof in the pudding.
We got it. Now, tune in next week. We're gonna have a great episode again, but this was a marvelous one. We salute you, Dr. Jeremiah. Once again, we hold you down.
Yeah.
We're gonna hold you down. We family.
Yeah, I want to come back next week and talk about how we can stop the killing. I'm gonna work with the chief of police and the mayor, and we can stop this through vocational school. We have to stop our young children from killing each other, because once you give them a gun, they're emotional. The governor knew what he was doing. This was calculated.
But I know somebody else who said vocational school too. I'll tell you offline who said it, and it might be something in the background in the works. You're gonna love me for it. But until next time, we'll see y'all again. Y'all have a great one.
Hello fam, Ken Mills here once again with World of Comedy 5 Entertainment. So to give you the idea of what Unbiased is, we always see things on social media and also in the world where we wonder what is the thought process behind these idiotic things that people do. We're going to give an honest, unbiased opinion. So with that being said, we're going to cover several different topics. These topics will start from mental health, addiction, finance, incarceration, relationships. We're going to be truly unbiased this season. So remember, tune in at 8 p.m. Check us out on Boss Up Houston Network.